Hello, everybody, and welcome to Atheist Sunday School, your one-stop shop for everything Atheist Sunday and school. And boy, do we have a show for you today.
Yeah, you guys gonna sync that up too after 102 episodes? You gonna sync everything up? We've got some announcements. You'll be clones. You guys will just do.
We've got some announcements.
Yeah.
And then we'll read all the chapters in unison.
In tandem?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
You know what? Good news.
What's that?
We do have some announcements.
Oh my
Wow.
God! I called it.
Well, why don't you deliver them?
All right. So if people haven't seen it yet,
The Demon Summoning.
the Demon Summoning.
It's
Done.
out.
Yes, it is out now.
You
And
can go see it.
yeah, it was pretty long. It's an hour-long summoning.
Yes.
Uh,
And we, unfortunately, spoiler alert.
yeah.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
We did not summon the demon.
No demons.
No demon.
There were no demons.
I'm sorry to disappoint everybody who thought there were demons, but
Yeah,
there
we
are no demons.
once again Milwaukee Atheists, and
Yeah.
we were pretty sure there weren't any.
Yeah.
But we were willing
But
to
We
humor
gave
you.
it a shot.
We
humored you.
believed, for the sake of the video,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Lawrence tripped out. That was neat. You
and
can
then he
see-
thought the
if you
camera
wanna
was
see
weird.
Because
Lawrence-
it was weird. Whatever. Okay.
If you want to see Lawrence have a hard time staring at an
Black
object
mirror, yeah.
for an hour and having some hallucinatory issues, which are common for staring at one object for over an hour. I'm not saying that anything's weird to Lawrence.
Especially with all the low lights.
Yeah, it was a weird
Yeah.
environment, weird lighting, and of course we had myrrh and what was that?
Frankincense.
Frankincense, and
Yeah.
they both. One of them has a hallucinatory mild effect, and we were in the basement, so maybe, just maybe.
Yeah, there was not that much oxygen down
But
there.
at the very end of the video,
Yeah.
it's really funny. You're looking at the camera going, something's weird about this camera.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part
You
to
were
me.
tripping balls,
There was
man.
something weird
The
about.
camera was fine.
There
and you
was
were like, what's
nothing-
wrong with it?
Nothing weird about the camera.
Whatever.
It's not on this side of the basement. That's weird. All right.
Esoteric Nazism. I hear that's still going.
Yeah. Germans.
Won't translate stuff for you.
Yeah, it's a huge pain. Like,
I bet,
honestly.
Nobody likes Hitler.
except for the Nazis.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't even know if they liked him.
Well, I'm sure some of them did.
Maybe.
So at some point, we're going to also have a book review for the Deuteronomistic History.
Yeah, we have that outline. It's
Yes, we
almost
do.
done,
Yes,
or
we
it
do.
is done. I don't know.
I
One
think
of
it's
the
almost
two.
done.
Yeah.
Also, Point Pyramid. I just have a few more questions to write. It's
Okay.
very hard to figure out 15 and 20 point questions.
Do you think we'll do it next week?
I think hopefully we'll do it this week.
It's
Yeah.
a new week.
Well, I can help write
And also,
questions.
that's true, you can. But also, I totally forgot about this, but my shirt has a bunch of green on it.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, but actually it looks pretty cool because it has the negative
Yeah,
space
yeah.
converted into the background, and it's the power of science was very obvious when you held it up.
Yeah, power of science compels you.
Yeah, and
So-
it looks really cool because you're not running around.
Maybe
I
I
think
should be
a-
running around.
Yeah, objects with green on them when you're moving
Yes.
have drag
Yes.
on the green screen.
I understand how drag works.
Okay. Well, yeah. Either way,
Well, now that that's been established,
that
do you have
that's
any more announcements?
We have no more announcements.
All right, then let's get into the 100-point show.
Yes, as always, I have one ready already.
Oh,
what? That's always you've almost never historically the percentage is
Well-
just not in your favor, and we can count because there's 100.
You know what? Recently,
Uh-huh.
how many letters long is the longest word found in any major dictionary? Yeah.
46 characters.
260 letters.
The answer
May surprise you.
is 45.
Whoa!
Wow.
You were
Dude,
very close.
Dude, can I get a point?
Yes.
Haha!
You get 1 point, Chris.
Nice. I know I lost 99% of my points. but
That's okay.
that's okay.
Okay, well, here's my 100-point question. The Enneads is the collections of writings of Plotinus, which was edited and compiled in around 270 AD. Who was the person who edited and compiled the Enneads?
Was it the guy you just said?
No.
Oh. Then I don't know.
Oh, my mic died.
Okay.
Well, that's
yeah.
great.
So I don't know. What's the answer?
The answer is Porphyry.
Okay. Is that Aesop's cousin?
No. Porphyry was a student of Plotinus.
Well, thank you for that lesson.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, thanks. So we are starting with Nehemiah today.
Nehemiah, and as always with a new book.
Yeah, new book.
Oh, yeah. Lawrence has a little spiel at the beginning of his version.
Yes, I do. In 445 BC, the Persian king Artaxerxes sent Nehemiah, an Israelite who was a trusted official, to help rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. With Nehemiah went the third wave of returning Jewish exiles. There was intense opposition from the other peoples in the land and disunity within Jerusalem. And we learned about some of that previously in the last book.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, in the first part of this book.
In Ezra.
Yeah.
If you'd like, this is all part of a different book, too.
Despite this opposition, Nehemiah rebuilt the walls. He overcame these threats by taking wise defensive measures, by personal example, and by his obvious courage. Well, we'll
Obvious.
see about that.
Well, all right, so how obvious is it?
We'll see.
It's obvious.
Uh,
It should be apparent.
They
Nehemiah,
already ran away and he wet himself.
Nehemiah
Wait.
did what God had put into his heart. No free will.
No free will
No free will.
whatsoever.
And found that the joy of the Lord was his strength. When the people began once again to fall into sin.
Hey, quick question.
They always do that.
Quick question. When was the Lord joyful? Let's reminisce.
When he created the world?
Was he?
Was that the last time? No, I think maybe after the flood, he was joyful. Remember,
I think
because
he
the
was-
Lord, because he was pleased
Yeah.
with the sacrifices at the end of the flood story.
Yeah.
I think he was also pleased with the sacrifices that Solomon had.
That
He,
yeah,
the
that's
savory
true.
senses.
Yeah,
Flavors or
that's
whatever.
true.
You know, he gets pleased by
Yeah.
death.
yeah, lots and lots of death.
Lots of death.
He's a war god. A storm war god. What did you want?
So when the people began once again to fall into sin, Nehemiah had Ezra read to them from the law. Nehemiah served twice as governor. The author is unknown, although parts come from Nehemiah's own writings. And that's not actually that far out of scholarship. Yeah.
So Nehemiah wrote this.
Maybe some of it. That's as much as we
Who
can say.
else
Maybe
wrote
some
it?
of it. A bunch of editors.
Wow.
Yep.
Great.
The more you know.
Yeah.
Well
as is
then.
tradition.
I think we should tell the people that I'm reading the King James Version of the Bible.
And I think we should tell the people that I'm reading the English Standard Version of the Bible.
I don't have to tell anybody, but I'm not reading.
I think we should also tell the people that we have the Robert Alter version of the Hebrew Bible
With commentary.
with commentary.
We also have the Holy Scriptures according to some Jews, the New King James Version.
We also have the NIV Old Testament Survey and the Oxford Companion to the Bible. A
Historically-
very useful book.
Historically, incredibly useful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've used it
A lot,
multiple
but,
times.
But it never comes up, really. It's like, what, 7 times now? 8 times now that it's had...
It's been useful like twice.
I mean,
Yeah.
realistically, it's had 9 references. If
Something
we look,
like
if we
that,
look
yeah.
back, it's not that many.
Yeah.
Compared
Yeah.
to how useful, I don't know, this new Robert Alterman translation has been.
Oh, Robert Alter's translation is fantastic, and his commentary is good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Let's hop right into the readings.
let's hop right into it. The book of Nehemiah, chapter 1. The words of Nehemiah, the son of Hakaliah. And it came to pass in the month Chislew, in the 20th year, as I was in Shushan the palace, that Hanani, one of my brethren, came, he and certain men of Judah, and I asked them concerning the Jews that had escaped, which were left of the captivity, and concerning Jerusalem. And they said unto me, the remnant that are left of the captivity there in the province are in great affliction and reproach. The wall of Jerusalem also is broken down, and the gates thereof are burned with fire. And it came to pass, when I heard these words, that I sat down and wept, and mourned certain days, and fasted and prayed before the God of heaven. And I said, I beseech thee, O Lord God of heaven, and the great and terrible God that keepeth covenant and mercy for them that love him and observe his commandments.
So I know I'm breaking up your trance here.
Whoa, you broke up his trance there.
I'm sorry. But he calls him the God of the heavens. Does your translation just has one heaven, right? Singular
O Lord
heaven?
God of heaven.
Yeah. I also have, O Lord, God of heaven. But Alter's translation has God of the heavens.
Again, those multiples?
Well, yeah. So Nehemiah's use of this epithet in Hebrew probably reflects the currency in this period of the Aramaic equivalent, Ela de Shemaiah.
Wow.
I don't even know where to go from there.
No, neither do
Thought
I.
that'd be more interesting.
Back in time,
Anyways,
so that you didn't do that.
so he
Trance.
says, let thine ear now be attentive, and thine eyes open, that thou mayest hear the prayer of thy servant, which I pray before thee now, day and night, for the children of Israel, thy servants, and confess the sin of the children of Israel, which we have sinned against thee. Both I and my father's house have sinned.
Yep.
We have dealt very corruptly against thee, and have not kept the commandments, nor the statutes, nor the judgments, which thou commandest thy servant Moses. I wonder if any of the people in Israel right now believe this.
Sure.
Are you talking about not
Like a
following,
sizable number of people.
like not following the commandments?
Are they
and stuff,
pissed
or?
off about them not following the commandments? Are they mad about not being able to sacrifice animals?
I probably not,
Yeah.
but maybe if they read their precious little book, they would be.
Yeah,
Also-
maybe if they actually read their holy text.
Yeah.
You guys know that Egyptians used to sacrifice stuff as well.
Yeah,
Right.
tons of people used to
Yes,
sacrifice
but
stuff.
do you know what they
My
discovered?
battery's running low,
Oh,
or running out.
okay. I'll come over.
Anyways.
I was
Yes,
just
there.
gonna say, when they looked through all these sacrifice pits where they thought they killed like cats and dogs and stuff, a lot of the times they just wrapped other animals that were much larger in wraps and cut them up into little bits to make them look like cats and dogs.
Oh, did they?
Yes, when they looked at the actual sacrifice pit, they found that, and I think that's hilarious because nobody really wanted to kill cats and dogs.
Sure. I mean,
so they'd just be like, all right, an alligator's huge. If we cut it up into 15 bits, it looks like a bunch of cats that we killed and wrapped up in these things. And I'm just like, you feel like meat carvers just for that? It's so weird.
it seems like it would have been easier just to, kill the thing.
Yes,
Yes,
And-
that's
but
very
they
strange.
bred cats to the point, at that point, to be just sacrificed to some lines of cats.
Which,
And those were so bad that they ran out of those cats. They kept interbreeding the same line of cats, and they ran out of those cats.
Oh,
Seriously, isn't that sacrifices are weird.
depressing.
Yes, very.
Moving on.
Remember, I beseech thee, the words that thou commandest thy servant Moses, saying, if ye transgress, I will scatter you abroad among the nations. But if ye turn unto me, and keep my commandments, and do them, though there were of you cast out unto the uttermost part of the heaven, yet will I gather them from thence, and will bring them unto the place that I have chosen to set my name there.
So that would be,
Israel,
yeah.
or Judah.
Well, I mean, depending on how
The
you...
land of Canaan.
What used to be the land of Canaan,
Now it's
the
the
country
The former
formerly
land of-
known, the country formerly known as the land of Canaan.
Yahweh land.
Man, now it's just a symbol that was the symbol that formerly referred to that.
Now.
It's too much.
These are thy servants and thy people, whom thou hast redeemed by thy great power and by thy strong hand. O Lord, I beseech thee, let now thine ear be attentive to the prayer of this servant, and to the prayer of thy servants who desire to fear thy name. And prosper, I pray thee, thy servant this day, and grant him mercy in the sight of this man, for I was the king's cupbearer. That's
So,
the end of the chapter? That's it?
that was the end of chapter 1. Now I have quite a good bit of commentary on all that.
It's way
All
longer
right,
than
well,
the
why
chapter.
don't you
Let's listen.
throw some of that commentary at me.
All right, I will. So in Alta's translation, it says, "Let your ears, pray, be attuned to the prayer of your servants." This echo of the beginning of the prayer, verse 6, gives it a shapely envelope structure. But at the beginning, Nehemiah spoke of himself, servant in the singular. Whereas now he implies that the whole people is joining him in his prayer. He will then switch back to the singular servant because he goes on to refer to his mission to the emperor. Which is interesting. It does switch like that a lot.
Yeah.
And let him find mercy before this man. I think it was different in your translation, right?
Which verse?
It's verse 11.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
Beseech thee, be attentive to the prayer of thy servant, and the prayer of thy servants who desire to fear thy name, and prosper, I pray thee, thy servant this day, and grant him mercy in the sight of this man.
Okay, so we'll just say mercy. So,
Quit
this
mumbling,
man,
you guys.
this man, what did you say?
Don't mumble.
Yeah. Reuben. This
Both
man,
you did it this time.
whatever. This man is the Persian emperor whose authorization Nehemiah now needs in order to provide the military means to protect the beleaguered Jews in Jerusalem, which would make perfect sense, as we were talking last week to Darren Slade, who kept mentioning the fact that the way this is written is supposed to give authority to the author. Like, look how important.
Because he's cupbearer to the king?
Yeah, because he's the cupbearer.
Great.
And
You're the guy that makes sure that his drinks aren't poisoned.
Speaking of cupbearer, cupbearer, perhaps the original function, is a symbolic title designating a high-ranking official in the imperial court. But as the next verse will show, Nehemiah also literally poured wine for the king. It is remarkable that someone without Persian ethnicity should be promoted to such an important post, and it reflects the prevalent ethnic tolerance manifested in Persian imperial policy, which is true. They did that for a bunch of the areas that they captured.
So did Romans.
I mean, when he
afterwards.
says he was cupbearer to the king, I assume he means he was cupbearer to the king.
Poured his drinks, yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's,
He was the foot massager.
he was always
The
helping.
one who breaks
Hi,
into
I'm
shoes.
I'm Nehemiah,
He
I'm
breaks in
helping.
new shoes, yeah.
Alright, then we can hop right into chapter 2.
Yep. If you're enjoying the stream so far, give it a like, share it around, set off fireworks and drop flyers.
Yes, and with the fireworks, make sure you have those like special ones that spell things in the
I need
sky.
to make a printable flyer.
Yes, do that.
Spell out, watch Milwaukee Atheists, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time,
Yeah.
Sunday, on YouTube.
In the sky.
Yep.
In the sky.
Do that.
Do
You
that.
gotta fill a lot of space.
Yeah. Because the sky is really big, so. In the month of Nisan. Oh, here you go.
What are you doing?
Oh, the month of Nisan.
Yeah.
What month is that?
I have no idea.
Well, why don't you figure
But
it out?
in the month of Nisan, in the 20th year of King Artaxerxes.
It would have been about 3 months after Nehemiah resolved to request aid for Jerusalem from the emperor. Either he felt he had to wait for a propitious moment to broach the subject, or there was some sort of rotation of court functions, and only now was he called to fulfill his duties as cupbearer.
Okay.
It's
Weird.
what he has for
What-
in the month
it's-
of Nisan.
Okay, that's strange. But why would that be one of the duties of the cupbearer?
And why wouldn't it? What else is he going to do with his
what do you mean?
rest of his day, except prepare a cup
Well,
occasionally?
when it comes to going on this expedition, why would that be one of his duties?
It wouldn't. His duty is to pour wine
Yeah.
for the
Hold
king.
on.
I know that.
And then the janitor set forth on his epic adventure to slay the dragon. And I'm like,
Such as his duty.
yeah,
like that would
what
be
the
weird.
hell, janitor?
Anyways. So in the king of Artaxerxes, when wine was before him, I took up the wine and gave it to the king. Now I had not been sad in his presence.
Oh, good.
And the king said to me, "Why is your face sad, seeing you are not sick?" I like how that's the only reason to be sad when you're sick.
You're not dying. Why are you sad?
Yeah. This is nothing but sadness of the heart. Oh, okay, so he finishes that off. Okay. Then I was very much afraid. I said to the king, "Let the king live forever. Why should not my face be sad when the city, the place of my father's graves, lies in ruins, and its gates have been destroyed by fire?" Then the king said to me, "What are you requesting?" So I prayed to the God of heaven. And I said to the king, "If it pleases the king, and if your servant has found favor in your sight, that you send me to Judah, to the city of my father's graves, that I may rebuild it."
So may the king live forever was standard court etiquette.
Sure. It still is kind of now.
Right, long live the king.
Yeah.
Long live
But
the
as
queen.
like a direct address instead of like, you say long live the queen or something,
Yeah.
like at the end of something. Yeah, but they're saying it
Direct
at the beginning here, which is their etiquette.
And you know what? I don't think they've said that kind of thing before.
Yeah.
No.
They haven't really had court etiquette
Mm-mm.
in the sense, like among the,
Like they would say like, like "O king" and stuff
yeah.
to
Yeah,
David
I
all the
mean,
time.
They
Yeah.
definitely showed authority and respect, but they didn't have that traditional kind of,
And seeing as
all
this
hail
is
the king or whatever.
seeing as this is a king of a different nation, of their now, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they are their,
Puppet.
well, maybe not puppet. It's a vassal state now, Israel. So it's their ruler. It's their boss.
Yeah. Well, King of Kings quite literally
Yeah.
means that.
Yeah.
And it's very common
And
for there to be King of Kings. They just don't bring that up as often.
Well, no, that's what the Persian king for a long time would have been the king of kings.
Yeah.
Of kings in some places.
If he hadn't chosen to call himself King of Persia, King of X, King of Y,
He
King of Z.
calls himself whatever the hell he wants. He's the king.
Yeah.
And the king said to me, the queen sitting beside him, "How long will you be gone, and when will you return?" So it pleased the king to send me when I had given him a time. And I said to the king, "If it pleases the king, let letters..."
Wait. It says, it said with the queen sitting beside him?
Yes, in parentheses.
When it says, the king said with the consort sitting by him.
Oh, okay. Well, consort wasn't really that far from queen.
Right, yeah, I guess.
Because, like, Yahweh's consort would be Asherah, but she's also referred to probably as the queen of heaven.
Oh, yeah, but there's, like, I mean, with all the wives that the previous kings we've heard about have had,
Yeah.
they haven't really established that any of them have been queens.
Sure.
You know that show,
Except
the
for the Queen
King
of
of
Sheba.
Queens?
Sure.
Have you heard of that show, The King of Queens?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that was the real thing too. There were vassals who were powerful queens, and there were kings who ruled over them.
Also in that show, they lived in Queens.
Yeah. It's a bad show,
I don't know. I kind of liked it.
but it was funny because it was late and I
Yeah.
was tired.
It was there, and
It was on,
you know
and
what? This is
I don't
fine.
own cable at this point in my life either.
Yeah,
so,
it was fine for
Well,
what it
I
was.
pointed out because there's a note here. It says, this odd notation may indicate that this is a festive occasion in which female companionship for the monarch is part of the protocol. This would make Nehemiah's gloomy countenance more egregious.
Interesting. Okay, so now it's like impolite.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, and I said to the king, if it pleases the king, let letters be given me to the governors of the province beyond the river, that they may let me pass through until I come to Judah, and a letter to Asaph, the keeper of the king's forest, that he may give me timber to make beams for the gates of the fortress of the temple, and for the wall of the city, and for the house that I shall occupy. And the king granted me what I asked, for the good hand of my God was upon me.
Or the king
First
was,
of all,
the
yeah,
king was cool and
the-
was like, yeah, go fortify a city. You usually just pour my drinks. That's neat.
Yeah, the king was on his side, first of all. So you should probably say thank you for that.
Yeah,
I sure hope he gets to that at some point.
No,
But
God did it.
No, he's just going to go out and...
See, it was God that let the king do that. Uh-huh.
Yep, because that would
God.
be the theology of the Jews at this time. Then I came to the governors of the province beyond the river and gave them the king's letters. Now the king had sent me with Now the king had sent me with officers of the army and horsemen. But when Sanballat, the Horonite,
He's
and
from Samaria. Many have inferred he is the governor of Samaria.
governor of
The
Samaria,
ethnic or
okay,
geographical reference of Horonite is uncertain.
fair enough.
Huh.
And then Tobiah, the Ammonite's servant, heard this. And of course, the Ammonites, they don't have a good relationship with the people of Israel.
Really? Do tell.
It's
I
almost as if
just-
they tried to wipe him out.
Wow.
Almost.
Huh.
And Tobiah the Ammonite servant heard this. It displeased them greatly that someone had come to seek the welfare of the people of Israel. So I went to Jerusalem and was there 3 days. Then I rose in the night, I and a few men with me, and I told no one what my God had put into my heart to do for Jerusalem. There was no animal with me, but the one on which I rode. And, when it comes to what is in his heart to do, he did say what he was going to do to the king.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there's going to be something else. He's
Yeah.
gonna give it's going to be a swerve,
Well, here
plot
Jeez.
twist.
it talks about.
Lied?
I'll read this part
Sure, and don't
Um,
mumble.
after verse 17.
Gotcha.
Well, I think you should
Alright.
mumble more.
I went out by night by the valley gate to the Dragon Spring. The Dragon Spring sounds awesome. Let's go to the Dragon Spring.
Okay, it's just water.
And to the
What?
Dung Gate.
What?
And the
What
Dung
the
Gate
fuck?
might be a reference to, I think it was last week, right? We were
This
talking.
says Spring of the Jackals, not the Dragon
Spring of the-
Spring.
Okay.
But it still says Dunggate.
Does it have a note for?
No?
No? Okay. I like Dragon Spring.
Yep.
But yeah, the Dung Gate. Is that a reference to the dung from before?
Is it where they all decided to shit
Yeah. Definitely.
That one guy's
That
house.
was a ridiculous curse. Like, why?
What an evil thing to do.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's really shitty.
Yeah.
Completely nonsensical.
No, I know. And I inspected the walls of Jerusalem that were broken down, and its gates that had been destroyed by fire. Then I went on the fountain gate and to the king's pool, but there was no room for the animal that was under me to pass. Then I went up in the night by the valley and inspected the wall, and I turned back and entered by the valley gate, and so returned. And the officials did not know where I had gone or what I was doing, and I had not yet told the Jews, the priests, the nobles, the officials, and the rest who were to do the work. So is he just exploring?
So it says here, Nehemiah makes a survey of the walls of Jerusalem in the dead of night in order to keep it secret. In verse 16, he elaborates the care he took to preserve the secrecy of his mission, aware that Sanballat and his allies will try to stop the project of rebuilding.
Okay.
He does not want any preparations he makes to be known until active work begins.
Okay. So he is keeping it hidden from...
Partial secrecy.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I said to them, "You see the trouble we are in, how Jerusalem lies in ruins with its gates burned. Come, let us build the wall of Jerusalem, that we may no longer suffer derision." And I told them of the hand of my God that had been upon me for good, and also of the words that the king had spoken to me. And they said, "Let us rise up and build." So they strengthened their hands for the good work. So this seems like it is in stark contrast to at least some of the account given in Ezra, where there isn't as much opposition.
Yes.
There is some, but not as much as before.
Yes.
But what color is it?
Blue.
That's the color of opposition.
Yep.
Incredible. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's why your background's blue today, everybody.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Color. That's what that represents.
Opposition. Not the sky.
Yeah.
Easy mistake.
But when Sanballat the Horonite and Tobiah the Ammonite servant and Geshem the Arab heard of it, they jeered at us and despised us and said, "What is this thing you are doing? Are you rebelling against the king?"
Because in Ezra they had established that the king ordered for it not to be rebuilt.
Yeah, exactly. Which would be so weird. Like, why did it take Nehemiah to just say, "I'm sad about this"?
Yeah, it seems
know,
completely arbitrary.
I like pouring drinks and all, but really be cool if you'd build that wall.
It'd be great if I could go back home, even though he was just talking about how it was the land of his fathers. He probably wasn't one of the exiles, like the ones initially exiled.
Oh, I'm sure you could trace his lineage. Let's read about it at
Yeah,
some point.
no, I think that does come up at some point.
Hooray!
Yep, it's amazing. The Bible, everybody. Then I replied to them, "The God of heaven will make us prosper, and we, his servants, will arise and build. But you have no portion or right or claim in Jerusalem." So they have nothing to do with this, because they're one's a Horonite, another is an Ammonite,
Yes.
and the other, and as you said, which one?
The Horonite said Samaria.
Yeah, Samaria.
Because they have no idea what a Horonite is.
Okay.
At least Alter doesn't.
I know what a Horonite is.
Thanks. So that's amazing.
How do you get a Horonite?
I don't know, it costs
pay
money.
her.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Very
Jokes,
good.
everybody.
Mm-hmm.
This is some top-notch scholarship on the show.
I know.
Yeah. He could have just as easily have showed them the letter that he has.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really
He
should
hasn't
serve,
done that.
like, directly as, I have permission.
Maybe he will.
I sure hope so, because otherwise,
What was the point of asking?
aside from getting, the
Timber.
aside from that,
It's almost like none of these characters
Existed.
act logically
None
in
of
any
these characters
way
are real
whatsoever.
people.
They're just completely It's like Alice in Wonderland.
Well, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, those guys, most logical characters ever written.
that is actually the end of chapter 2.
Believe
Wow.
it or not.
Yeah, some very short
Well,
chapters.
if you're enjoying Nehemiah so far, give it a like.
Give
I
it
see
a like.
11 people here.
So
we should have
11
11 likes
least.
and or dislikes
Whatever.
on our video, yeah. And, share it to all your friends, family, neighbors. And what's that mysterious noise that's
I do hear something.
coming through?
This usually doesn't
It
happen.
sounds
I'm sorry,
as
everybody.
if something is piercing through the
The
heavens.
veil.
Yes, it's coming through the firmament. Chris, change it.
Behold, I am your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and I want to let all you heathens and sinners know that I support this wonderful episode of Atheist Sunday School. Lawrence and Reuben try their very best to bring you the true glory of the Bible, and they need your help. They have provided links to their Patreon page and other social media just for you. Once again, my name is Jesus Christ, and this is Milwaukee Atheists. The Lord is with them. God bless.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
That was incredible.
I know.
I can't believe that I was screaming that whole time.
He really was, guys.
Yeah.
It was kind of annoying.
I'm glad we have that recorded somewhere else somehow.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
That happens.
Yeah. But we can hop right into chapter 3 then.
Yep. We can.
I'll take Altar's translation.
Yeah, you definitely should, because I can't read
So something
Like,
so
the commentary and the thing at the same time.
yeah, that and it's not the King James.
Yeah,
so
I
it
mean,
would
it's
just be-
obviously the inferior translation because the King James is the one true Bible.
Yep. As we have been told.
By you, who are forced to read this version because
Yeah.
you started it.
Oops.
Whoops. Too bad. The fantasy fairy tale looking
Yeah,
Bible.
it just looks too good
it's just
not
a nice
to
looking
use.
Bible.
You know, we
Happens
could
to
get
be the worst.
a Bible that looks like this, that isn't the King James version.
We could.
Probably. Like any other
Well, this one
version.
has dragons in it, so
Or you could,
Yeah.
you know.
It also has unicorns.
It does,
and,
yeah.
like,
We
giants.
will take your. We
Because-
don't own that edition donation drive. We should start that.
Yeah, if you want to send a Bible
That
to
we haven't.
us,
That we don't own yet.
shoot us an email at milwaukeeatheist@gmail.com.
Yeah, write that down. We might take a donation drive for Bibles versions
Yeah.
we don't have yet.
If you have really cool looking Bibles or
That too.
Bibles that are obviously translations we don't have.
So
Here.
I saw this this ad on Facebook about giving
I'm
like
still on that.
give a Bible to like these oppressed Christians in other countries, obviously.
Oh.
Did you
And I was like, I will give them like a super like some ridiculously amazing commentary on it, and it's gonna destroy their faith. But
They
I'll
did-
give them a Bible.
Yeah. Give 'em the
did
Bi-
you see
him the
the
Bible.
Craigslist ad that I sent to you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I did see that. I did not get a chance to go check that out.
Oh, we should check it out at some point.
Yeah, it did look really good. It was like some sale, like a book sale, right?
Yeah, this like I think a Lutheran
Priest
pastor,
or something. Yeah.
is like, well, I'm getting rid of my library, so I've got like all this religious stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that sounds like something Lawrence would
Yeah.
want.
It did.
It's more than one thing, huh?
It's a
Obviously.
bunch of books. Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't know the full price or anything, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a whole bunch of books.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
He's not giving it in bulk. It's not whole bunch of books, $9.99, all right?
Anyways, Chapter 3. Then Eliashib, the high priest, rose up with his brethren, the priests, and they builded the sheep gate.
Build it.
And they sanctified it, and set up doors of it, even unto the tower of Me'ah they sanctified it, unto the tower of Hananeel. And next to him builded the men of Jericho. And next to them builded Zakur, the son of Imri.
You know what's really weird? This reference to Jericho.
Yeah.
Because Jericho is
The
that
name of your cat.
well? Also, yes, the Jericho is the name of my cat. But
And
Hooray.
obviously it got like completely demolished.
yeah, they
So
destroyed the walls.
Maybe it's a snide comment because
now they're building a wall for Jerusalem.
I got a good bit of commentary on this,
Okay.
so maybe it'll help. The entire passage through the end of verse 32 is articulated in stereotyped formulaic phrases and is surely one of the least interesting in the Bible. Really amazing. Thanks.
Wow.
Wow. Coming from a book finally telling us that we're going to read something that's boring. No, I couldn't have said that for the list.
Amazing.
Oh, man. This is the epitome of boredom for the Bible, folks. If you want it, here it is. This chapter, Nehemiah 3.
at least it's short.
It's 32?
Well,
Ish.
anyways, again, it appears that the author, in this case, perhaps the editor rather than Nehemiah himself, wanted to present a kind of honor roll of all those who had played an active part in the rebuilding of the walls of the city. So we are going to get another list, but I hope he gets into more stuff about Jericho because that's really interesting.
Yeah.
The sundry indications of locations along the walls have been. I've never even heard of this word.
What is it?
Sedulously? I
Nope.
don't even know. Traced.
Sedulously?
Sedulously? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Traced and mapped out by scholars, but in fact, many of them remain uncertain, as I'm sure. In general, biblical literature exhibits a certain attachment to lists and genealogies that is unlikely to be congenial to modern readers. Well, yeah, that's true.
But, yeah.
Yeah. There are some minor linguistic anomalies in this passage, such as, quote, after him, following plural builders, but these do not seem significant enough to be annotated. The names in the list are a mix of familiar Hebrew names and exotic ones. A few of them look like nicknames or epithets, such as Haramath means a pug-nosed, and Hakoz means the thorn.
Yes.
And I do really wish that we heard more about the Jericho thing. But anyways, let's continue.
But the fish gate did the sons of Hassenaah build, who also laid the beams thereof, and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, and the bars thereof. And next unto them repaired Meremoth, the son of Urijah, the son of Koz. And next unto them repaired Meshullam, the son of Berechiah, the son of Meshezabeel. And next unto them repaired Zadok, the son of Baana. And next unto them the
is this Zadok the father of the Zadokite priesthood?
he's the son of Baana.
Well, I get that,
Yeah.
but is this the same Zadok from that lineage?
There's a lot of people with same names, but I don't know.
I know
Wouldn't
that.
think so.
There's a
It would be
long
weird
time
if he was
span
building.
that he's still
Yeah, this
definitely
is like
not
probably
supposed to be
something
alive.
younger men.
Or
Sure.
doing.
Yeah.
And next unto them the Tekoites repaired, but their nobles put not their necks to the work of their lord. Moreover, the old gate repaired Jehoiada, the son of Paseah, and Meshullam, the son of Besodeah. They laid the beams thereof, and set up the doors thereof, and the locks thereof, and the bars thereof. And next unto them repaired Melatiah the Gibeonite, and Jadon the Meronothite, the men of Gibeon,
and of Mizpah unto the throne of the governor on this side the river. Next unto him repaired Uzziel, the son of Harhiah, of the goldsmiths. Next unto him repaired Hananiah, the son of one of the apothecaries, and they fortified Jerusalem under the broad wall. And next unto them repaired Rephaiah, the son of Hur, the ruler of the half part of Jerusalem. And next unto them repaired Jediah, the son of Harumaph, even over against his house. And next unto him repaired Hattush, the son of Hashabaniah, Malchijah, the son of Harim, and Hashub, the son of Pahath-Moab, repaired the other piece, and the tower of the furnace. And next unto him repaired Shallum, the son of Halohesh, the ruler of the half part of Jerusalem, he and his daughters. The valley gate repaired Hanan, and the inhabitants of Zanoah. They built it, and set up the doors thereof, and the locks thereof, and the bars thereof, and 1,000 cubits on the wall unto the dung gate. But the dung gate repaired Malchiah, the son of Rechab, the ruler of part of Beth-Hakkerem. He built it, and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, and the bars thereof. But the gate of the fountain repaired Shallun, the son of Colhose, the ruler of part of Mizpah. He built it, and covered it, and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, and the bars thereof, and the wall of the pool of Siloah by the king's garden, and unto the stairs that go down from the city of David. After him repaired Nehemiah, the son of Azbuk, the ruler of the half part of Bethzor, unto the place over against the sepulchres of David, and to the pool that was made, and unto the house of the mighty. After him repaired the Levites, Rehum the son of Bani. Next unto him repaired Hashabiah, the ruler of the half part of Keilah, in his part. After him repaired their brethren, Bavai, the son of Henadad, the ruler of the half part of Keilah. And next to him repaired Ezer, the son of Jeshua, the ruler of Mizpah, another piece over against the going up to the armory at the turning of the wall. After him...
So they're just going around in this big line, and they're all building these little portions.
You know something?
I mean, that would make sense, but...
That Alterman's statement about this
Yes.
being the least relevant part of the Bible might be true.
I don't know.
It's pretty boring.
It's not. Is this ever going to impact anything ever?
I really hope Job is better than this.
It will be.
And then there's Job.
After him,
Actually, Esther's after this, but I hope that's better too.
Esther
Yeah.
sounds boring. Her name. You
After
know any
him.
Esthers? Oh.
Baruch, the son of Zabai, earnestly repaired the other piece, from the turning of the wall unto the door of the house of Eliashib, the high priest. After him repaired Meremoth, the son of Uriah, the son of Koz, another piece, from the door of the house of Eliashib, even to the end of the house of Eliashib. And after him repaired the priests, the men of the plain. After him repaired Benjamin and Hashub over against their house. After him repaired Azariah, the son of Manasseh, the son of Ananiah, by his house. After him repaired Binui, the son of Henadad, another piece, from the house of Azariah unto the turning of the wall, even unto the corner. Palal, the son of Uzziah, over against the turning of the wall, and the tower that which lieth out from the king's house, that was by the court of the prison.
Wait. Who wrote this part? They're insane.
An asshole.
Seriously.
After him, Pedaiah, the son of Parosh. Moreover, The Nethinim dwelt in Ophel unto the place over against the water gate toward the east in the tower that lieth out. After them the Tekoites repaired another piece over against the great tower that lieth out, even unto the wall of Ophel. From above the horse gate repaired the priests, every one over against his house.
So just one thing to note here, something that's a little interesting, I think.
No!
They're
hold
repeating
on.
now.
Yeah, I know. After him, the Tekoites repaired another section opposite the great projecting tower as far as the wall of Ophel. And the Ophel is, and I'm going to check this translation. What is that, verse 24? Yeah, verse 24, right? No, sorry, that's verse
No.
27.
Yeah.
After him, the Tekoites repaired a second parcel from opposite the great tower jutting out and to the wall of the Ophel. So apparently the Ophel, the Hebrew word means fortress or tower fortress.
Ooh.
It became the proper name for an area on the heights of the city that was presumably fortified. So kind of like,
Can you spell
what
that for me?
are those?
Ophel.
Yeah, what are those parts of castles at the corners usually?
It's a cool name.
The towers?
I mean, but I thought they had like a special name.
I don't know.
I think they do. I forgot. I used to know because it was in a couple Crusader games I used to play. And they have a name for specific types of towers like that.
Yeah.
I don't
Thought
remember
they did.
either. Shit. If I remember, I'll let you know.
But the point is that it's a fortified, like, military structure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they don't want what happened before to happen again.
Oh, no.
It does.
Oh no, not again!
After them, repaired Zadok the son of Immer over against his house. After him repaired also Shemaiah the son of Shechaniah, the keeper of the east gate. After him repaired Hananiah the son of Shelemiah, and Hanan the sixth son of Zalaph, another piece. After him repaired Meshullam the son of Berechiah over against his chamber. After him repaired Malchiah the goldsmith's son unto the place of the Nethinim, and of the merchants over against the gate Mifkad, and to the going up of the corner. And between the going up of the corner unto the sheep gate repaired the goldsmiths and the merchants.
Wow.
And that's the end of chapter 3. What a useless chapter.
Yay!
You know.
You could have just said, and the people worked together to rebuild the wall.
Yep.
You did it! You summarized chapter 3!
Yep.
Yep!
Yeah, that's about it.
Man, I can't put
You could have
much
easily
more commentary
done that.
there.
Yeah, there's really not much.
If the book that's supposed to have the best commentary says it's pointless.
The book, yeah, it is pointless. It's a terrible
Yeah.
chapter.
Really
None
awful.
of the worst.
And I agree with OT. Blame the Bible.
Blame the Bible.
It's not-
Hashtag
it's not our
blame the
fault.
Bible. Get it trending on Twitter.
That's right. Hashtag blame the Bible. And you know what? You can't be mad at us for going over this. You can't be mad at us for reading this because it's in the book. It's
Yeah.
in the damn book.
This is the book's fault. And you know, I liked Ezra more than Nehemiah. I see why they broke it off into
Either
two.
way, they both have shitty
Yeah, they
segments.
both have their
Yeah.
shitty parts. But that was pretty bad. Anyways, let's hop right into chapter 4.
Yep. If you're enjoying the stream so far, give us a like, share, subscribe. name it.
Share this to your enemies. Your enemies need to hear that list.
If
Yeah.
you
Your
have,
enemies need to know.
you know, if you're pregnant, name your children after us.
Wow.
Actually, how about
First
if
name
you're- hold on,
Milwaukee,
hold on.
middle name Atheists.
if you're pregnant, name your child Henadad or Ezer or Mizpah or Baruch or Sabai or Uriah or Hakaz
Stop.
or Merimah.
Anything in this chapter is fine.
Anyways,
Why don't you
Chapter
read
4.
chapter?
yes, I was just gonna do that.
Well, carry on then.
Thanks.
Hurry up.
Now, when Sanballat heard that we were building the wall, he was angry and greatly enraged, and he jeered at the Jews. And he said, in the presence of his brothers and of the army of Samaria. What are these feeble Jews doing? Okay, I'm liking this a little more now.
What will these feeble Jews? Oh, wow.
Will they restore it for themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they finish up in a day? Do you really think they're going to finish this shit up in a day? It
Find out
took
on the next episode of...
It probably took them a day to write that list.
Yeah.
Will they receive the stones out of the heaps
This
of
is still
rubbish?
part of chapter 3 for Jonah. Why don't I grab this from you?
This is still part of chapter 3?
For Jonah.
Jonah, what are you reading?
I know that like the first verse is still part of chapter 3 in some
Oh.
translations, but it's that's just the first verse.
Oh, okay. Well, he's
Well, maybe it's
5 seconds
behind.
ahead of us.
Maybe. Yeah, that's true. Anyways, let's continue with this guy getting all mad.
I'm mad.
Will they receive stones out of the heaps of rubbish, and burned ones at that? Tobiah the Ammonite was beside him, and he said, "Yes, what they are building. If a fox goes up on it, he will break... Wait, hold on. If a fox goes up on it, he will break down their stone wall." It's going to be a real flimsy stone wall, and, this kind of reminds me of, in South Park, there are those,
Shitty wall.
no, not Shitty Wall, but
Shitty
that's
Wall?
good too. Those two slow kids at the camp that always try to like screw Jimmy.
Okay, so you got it. That guy, and then there's the other guy, the one who calls him Mimsy.
Yeah, Mimsy and the other dude, right?
Yeah.
So, it's like I can picture it happening exactly like
Oh,
that.
this is them. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Insert characters here.
Hear, O our God, for we are despised. Turn back their taunt on their own heads, and give them up to be plundered in a land where they are captives. Do not cover their guilt, and let not their sin be blotted out from your sight. For they have provoked you to anger in the presence of the builders. So we built the wall, and all the wall was joined together to half its height, for the people had a mind to work. So was that supposed to be after one day?
That's the end of chapter 3 in...
This?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
Bizarre. That's a long disconnection.
That is interesting. Okay. And then I have a note here that this verse 7 is chapter 4, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Makes sense. And that is a translation of the Hebrew Bible. So that would make perfect sense. Yeah. Anyways. But when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabs and the Ammonites, and of course, so Sanballat and Tobiah were the two dudes from before, and the Arabs, there was one Arab dude who had an opposition to this, right? What was his name again? I think he was he in chapter 3? Or at the end of chapter 2? I remember there was like some Arab guy thrown in here.
Oh, wow.
Well, either way.
One of these guys.
Yeah. No, there was like a specific one. But either way, Arabs and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites.
Ashdod was one of the 5 Philistine cities among the Mediterranean coast. Whether in this late period its inhabitants were still
Geshem. Jonah said Geshem. Thank you, Jonah.
ethnically Philistine is uncertain. But in any case, they were not of Israelite origin. Here they are part of a broad alliance of groups hostile to the Jews.
Well, yeah, it seems like a lot of people are right about now. And the Ashdodites heard that the repairing of the walls of Jerusalem was going forward, and that the breaches were beginning to be closed, and they were very angry, and they plotted together to come and fight against Jerusalem.
I'm so pissed they're trying to fix their wall.
And to cause confusion in it. And we prayed to our God and set a guard as a protection against them day and night. In Judah it was said, "The strength of those who bear the burdens is failing. There is too much rubble. By ourselves we will not be able to rebuild the wall." And our enemies said, "They will not know or see till we come among them and kill them and stop the work."
Huh.
At that time, the Jews who lived near them came from all directions and said to us 10 times, "You must return to us." So in the lowest parts of the space behind the wall in open places, I stationed the people by their clans, with their swords, their spears, and their bows, and I looked and arose and said to the nobles and to the officials and to the rest of the people, "Do not be afraid of them. Remember the Lord, who is great and awesome, and fight for your brothers, your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your homes." So, obviously, some big battle might break out here.
No.
They're very worried.
Uh-uh.
And it's interesting that he's separating them by their clans.
False setup.
Right.
False setup.
Yep, no battle.
Okay, well maybe, but I'm talking about the clans. So it's interesting that even after being in exile for a good long time, I mean, I know it wasn't that many generations, but they still kept that stuff in mind if he's separating it by their clans.
Yeah, it was important to them.
Yeah. When our enemies heard that it was known to us and that God had frustrated their plan, we all returned to the wall, each to his work. So yeah, nothing happened there.
Didn't I say it?
No,
I fucking
no,
called it.
no battle.
False setup.
Yeah.
Man, I hate calling it right.
Except, keep reading.
Okay.
Up.
From that day on, half my servants worked on construction, and half held the spears, shields, and bows and coats of mail. And the leaders stood behind the whole house of Judah, who were building on the wall. Those who carried burdens were loaded in such a way that each labored on the work with one hand and held his weapon with the other.
So, the Masoretic text has omsim, loading, but this translation follows a Septuagint, which reads hamushim, or armed. So where yours used the word load,
Yeah.
mine used the word armed.
Oh, okay. And each of the builders had his sword strapped at his side while he built. The man who sounded the trumpet was beside me, and I said to the nobles and to the officials and to the rest of the people, "The work is great and widely spread, and we are separated on the wall far from one another, but close enough to hear.
What?
In the place where you hear the sound of the trumpet, rally to us there. Our God will fight for us." So we labored at the work, and half of them held the spears from the break of dawn until the stars came out. I also said to the people at that time, "Let every man and his servant pass the night within Jerusalem, that they may be a guard for us by night and may labor by day."
So servant here was, for the military, something like an orderly or armor bearer. So like a squire.
Something like that.
There are lots of roles in the military that are also built for construction.
Yeah.
You know, they're
Yeah.
made for that. So it started here, obviously.
So neither I, nor my brothers, nor my servants, nor the men of the guard who followed me, none of us took off our clothes. Each kept his weapon at his right hand. So, is that the end of chapter 4 for you?
Yeah, that's the end
Okay.
of chapter 4.
All right, I was just
So
wondering on
basically,
that.
they're just like rallying up troops to
They're-
be able to not die.
Not only are they rallying up troops, these troops are probably exhausted because they're either on guard
Or they're working.
or
Yeah.
both.
or both. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way,
What's more is that
sad news for everyone.
What's that?
What?
No behold.
No beholds. Yeah.
Yeah.
No beholds. It was
Well-
kind of a shame.
So Nehemiah, like, he has a letter from the king.
he has permission from the king, surely
He doesn't use
he
it.
can just be like,
I have
Hey.
permission from the king.
but beyond that, he could even be like, hey, king, these guys over here are trying to
Stop us.
prevent me from doing what you gave me permission for.
Yeah.
And the king would be like, that sounds like going against what the king's orders are. And then he'll wipe him out. I mean, doesn't it... You'd think realistically.
Well, it's not realistic. That's the thing.
I mean, that would be the first thing. Just like, write a letter.
So, the first thing I actually want you to do is just, we're not going to read it today, obviously, we're going to read it next week, but just take a look at this. Chapter 7. Just look at chapter 7.
What's up with it?
List. Lists.
Right over here. It's a whole bunch of numbers.
Yay!
Well, you know what?
That's next week.
Oh, you bastard. You set it up
I
so
did
I'll
not
be reading
set it up.
Yeah, you did.
I do not do
You could have
that.
made this 1 through 3.
I could have, but that would have been... Okay, did you really want to end on that list?
Yeah.
Yeah, after I finished that list, I didn't want to do anything else, honestly.
Oh my god.
What a terrible list.
I mean, yeah. Anyways, so that is the end of...
Chapter 7's the same list from Ezra,
Hold on.
according to Jonah.
Oh, yep.
It is.
Great.
Yep. Well, that's a shame.
Spoiler alert.
Whatever, this is all depressing.
Well, with that being said, I believe that brings our show today to a close.
Yes, it does. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Please drop a like if you enjoyed the stream. And I also hope you enjoy my shirt and the cool things I can do with it because it's a green screen. So, yeah. Thanks for joining us.
And as always, we will see
Oh,
you
hold on. Patreon?
next.
Okay, let me finish my thing. Patreon, Facebook, Twitter, MilwaukeeAtheist.com, Teespring.
Wacky and Fun t-shirts.
We got to make a Wacky and Fun shirt. But other than that, and our Amazon wish list.
Yeah, our Amazon wish list.
Yeah. Other than that,
Nightbot.
I have seen Nightbot.
I've seen it.
Yeah. Anyways, so without further ado, we will
Hold on.
Seriously,
Sunday!